I'm so excited about our next guest. Welcome back to the Michael D. Show. I'm your host, Michael D. Butler of Beyond Publishing, and our next guest is the Dr. Kimberly Hubenette. Her best-selling book, Grid, Once in a Lifetime, you get a chance to start over. Welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to be here.
So great. I've been hearing so much about your book. We've been getting so much positive feedback because you're a best-selling author, a speaker, and you're a cosmetic dentist. What is the idea behind Grid?
Well, let me tell you, 2 years ago, my husband passed away, and that was the inspiration for this book that I wrote. I want everybody to know that, even though you don't know if you've said enough to your loved one before they passed away, you know you did. And this book memorializes everything about my life with him and how he was very special to me. And I want everybody to know that the book is something that you can memorialize your relationships with your loved one. And sometimes people don't say enough, or they don't think that they've said enough to the loved one before they pass. And for me, the special thing was he's around me everywhere I go. We had a special relationship. We did many things together, and he taught me lots of things. And I want to share with the world about something that is non-fictional and fictional at the same time. And you can surpass and bypass the things in life. You can't just be there and not be thrown into the character of the story. My female character in the story goes through a period of her time where she doesn't think that she can get past.
Right.
And then she remembers little things about how their life was, and basically shows them things that she could become. And in the end, she really did conquer her fears of being by herself and being alone.
Now, Dr. Kimberly, you chose to write a fiction book. What inspired the idea of Grid?
So my husband was a naturalist, a wildlife enthusiast. He had a double lung transplant 21 years ago. And he had a disease called cystic fibrosis as a child. And, during the time that he was around me, we lived together and we were married for 20 years. Basically, he showed me how to live off the grid. Like we always had, he could track animals. He was a ham radio specialist. He was something very special, that he loved animals. He couldn't do anything to an animal. He couldn't even kill a spider or a fly. He would just say, okay, pick up the animal and take it outside. So, he was a special person. And, basically, I want to share with females out there that they can learn how to survive, live off the grid.
Survive and thrive.
And thrive.
And what was so amazing was not only did he have a double lung transplant, but the work he did. What was the work that he did?
So he volunteered for 8 years with Sonoma County Search and Rescue.
Oh, wow.
And he did it for free.
Fighting fires and being in the middle of...
Helping find people that are missing.
Missing people, wow.
And so he had the passion. And then in 2017, when the fires hit in Northern California where I live, he was still out there helping. He wanted to help.
Wow.
So, so
that's
basically
amazing.
That's what it's...
Now, for somebody reading the story, what's the main thing you want them to take away?
So there's lists within a list, and learning about survival and food, plant foods that you can eat. And there's, basically different things that you can do to prep. I talk about a bug out bag.
Oh, really?
This is one thing that we have an Amazon account, and he basically, I have his passwords. So one day, like 6 months later, I found this list of things for a bug out bag
That he was going to buy?
that he was going to buy and put in a bug out bag. Okay? And so for Christmas that year, since I'm still practicing as a cosmetic dentist in Sonoma, I made one for every team member. And I said it was from Mark, because it really was from Mark, because he had made this list, and because I had told him I want to make a bug out bag, you know, maybe to give to a gift from, you know, staff members and stuff, and he had done it.
He had already done that.
He already did it, so I bought 9 of everything, and I gave one to everybody. It was the most special gift.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you say to Mark right now if you knew he was listening?
He's listening.
Okay.
He's around me all the time. In fact, I take him wherever I go.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of him with me everywhere. And he just knows that he loves me and I love him, and he's always going to be a part of my life. And he'd be so proud to have known that I've created this book.
I know he is.
Yes.
I know he is. How can people find you to speak on their podcast and to be a guest expert on their panel? How can people contact you?
So I have a website, drkimberlyhubenette.com.
There it is on the screen. Yep, people can go to your website right now and purchase the book and learn more about you and get on your calendar and talk about you speaking at their event. What's the main message you leave with people when you speak to them about your book?
You can survive after a death of a spouse or a loved one. You can pick up the pieces and know that they're helping you throughout your life, and they're always going to be there for you.
Dr. Kimberly, thanks for being with us on the Michael D. Show. Much more to come, but I tell you, grab your copy of The Grid today, because I love the subtitle, Once in a Lifetime, You Get to Start Over. I want you to know you're inspiring so many people. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.